What is up, YouTube? How the heck is everyone doing today? I hope you're having an amazing, awesome day today. Your boy's back with another video, of course. We're gonna be having some fun, feeding some snakes, a little bit of a normal casual video, while at the same time, we are gonna be moving some more stuff, making the reptile room look a lot better, start finally getting stuff organized and prepped and ready to where stuff is looking nice and we're getting the reptile room looking sharp and nice and just making it look good. I'm sure, as you guys see from the last video, I know it was a very long video for just kind of a small amount, but I just wanted to talk to you guys about stuff while I was recording that video, basically. So, but that was a huge update though. A lot of animals have been upgraded. It doesn't seem like a lot, but I mean 3 to 4 animals got an upgrade, plus there's more animals getting upgraded and getting moved and having more details and stuff added into their enclosure. So we're not done. We just begun. We just started the race. We're not even close to halfway, and we're definitely not finished yet. So we're getting there. But your boy's out here in the backyard right now, about to rinse off a cinder block. You might be wondering why, but just rinsing it off real quick so that I can move it into the reptile room to help elevate enclosures, Pickle's enclosure to be exact, so that I can start organizing and stacking these reptile enclosures and start making the reptile room look crisp. So with that being said, let's just get right into the video. So I found 2 cinder blocks here. This one's a little bit cleaner looking, so I'm gonna just take this, put it right up on this little elevated rack real quick. That's there. Now I'm gonna go turn on the hose real quick and then just rinse it down basically so I can get all the dirt and just gunk or whatever's on it off so that it's just nice and clean for the reptile room. Don't mind me just taking a leak real quick, you know, just gotta let it out sometimes. Nah, I'm just playing with y'all. It's a little hose hit, just taking this, rinsing it off. As you can see, all the dirt that's coming off in between all of that, just practically rinsing down this real quick, getting it nice and cleaned off, and then I'll bring it inside to just dry it off with a towel, and then I'll have everything elevated to where I can just add Pickle's enclosure on there, so that it's just nice and elevated to where I can start stacking other stuff on top of it. All right, so basically I already moved all the cinder blocks in, dry them off. My mom helped me with this, but basically I got the cinder blocks up, set up the corner. I actually moved the table out, show you guys here. So right in this area right here, there was this big circular table. I'm sure everybody remembers that Pickle's enclosure was on. What I did was basically we moved the table and Pickle's enclosure out, so that table's kind of in the center of the reptile room right now. And then I took the cinder blocks and basically cleaned them off, dried them off. I did measurements to where right here you'll see the 4 cinder blocks, 1 in each corner. And then we had a piece of plywood left over from the storm when we had to barricade the windows. So just cut up a piece of plywood. As you can see, it's just right here under this towel. Then just laid a towel down, just a little bit of a barrier so it doesn't scratch up the bottom of the enclosure. And then bam, just set Pickle's enclosure right here. And honestly, it looks so much better. There's so much more open space here with the reptile room, so I can move a lot easier. I can go through and everything, and it just, honestly, it looks a lot better. And I took Turbo's enclosure and put on some towels on the sides just so it doesn't scratch up the floor, and I just pushed her enclosure to the back. So as you can see, it's right up against this wall. So basically my vision is that I would like to have this side of the wall of the reptile room, and then maybe like this little section here or this middle area be lizards, and then this whole area of the reptile room is going to be different snakes. So it's gonna be like the snake wall basically. But that's enough of that for moving wise. Easy, makes it nice, simple. Now on to feeding wise. I got the table here in the middle of the reptile room. I got some rodents here. I actually got a little bit of a trick I found out of putting the paper towels here so it soaks up the water so we're not like drenched in water. So gonna be feeding the snakes, and we're actually gonna be feeding the monitor lizards. So start here with Shinji, my ball python, one of my 3 ball pythons I should say. He is definitely hungry. He has a pretty good feeding response. Ooh, sorry, bud. That fell. I promise you it didn't fall on top of him. He is fine. But what I'll basically do is, honestly, I'm going to just use my hand since the tongs are too small. Come here. Hey, Shinji. Oh, hi. There we go. Look at that. Took it like a champ. Easy. Just gonna take his lid. And I am filming with one hand right now, so. Oh my god. I just dropped the freaking lid again. Thank God it wasn't on him. So. I know. I'm sorry. He just let go of the rat because it scared him, and now he's on edge with me. There. Holy crap. All right, hold on. I'll get back to this. Let me just take care of this real quick. All right, so I kind of had to take care of that stupid ordeal problem. He unfortunately let go of his rat, but he'll get back to eating that. I mean, he takes it down, food, with no hesitation. And then over here is Arbok. Let me try something real quick. I want to see if this will actually work. All right, holy crap, this might actually work. But kind of have it propped up on the table right now so you guys can actually see while I'm filming, or filming while taking care of the animals. Basically just makes it easier for me while you guys can still see what's happening. So Arbok here is my false water cobra. I'll actually show you how he's doing real quick. He's gotten huge. And he's gotten some attitude to him. Hi, bud. Hi. So, this is Arbok, my juvenile false water cobra. He is getting huge. For those of you who've been on the channel and that actually have watched him and seen him, when watching the video or seeing the video when I first introduced him, he has gone ridiculously bigger. I'm not joking, he's easily past 2 feet, at least minimum of 2 feet, and he's gaining size. I'm actually about to switch him onto birds here in a little bit. I'm still feeding him 2 hoppers right now just to get his weight up, or just kind of stay size, because him being a colubrid, they have a very fast metabolism, same with the lapids, which are cobras. But he's keeping weight perfectly. Just trying to see what that smell was. But he's doing great. Once I'm out of hoppers, which is what I'm currently giving him, I'm going to be switching him onto quail and different birds, basically. So he has some sort of, it's more, usually with quail, sometimes with chicks, but mainly quail, they are a lot more lean, have a lot more protein and calcium. They're not as fatty as rodents typically are, but right now he's doing perfect. Absolute beautiful snake. Actually, I'm gonna let him go in his enclosure real quick and give him some of these rodents. Which one's the one? Just giving him 2 hoppers. Come here. See if he'll come out of his enclosure. Hey, up here. Come on. Seeing if he'll. There we go. I don't know why I flinched with that. He can be a testy snake sometimes. I can't lie to y'all. He can genuinely be a testy snake. He's downing first hopper, so rodent number 1. I'm contemplating whether I just want to leave the other one right up onto his hide or just give it to him right here. Honestly, I might just say screw it and give it to him right here in front of you guys so that you can actually see it. I'll just set this right back up here. There. I'll turn it right here so you guys can see. Oh, I'm trying to zoom into, okay, I can't even zoom into it, but that's all right. So just gonna leave it right here. And then that's hopper number 1. Let me give him the second one real quick. Let's see what he's gonna do. Come on. Come on. I know you're hungry. No. Oh, here we go. The second he touches something, he's so agile about it. There we go. He just took that one, so I can show you guys that. He's downing that, no problem with ease. See if I can, yeah, it's not gonna be a good enough shot, but maybe if I turn it, all right, there you go. Look at that little nice shot. Arbok taking down that rodent. And those were two hopper mice for I think they're hopper mice. Either hopper mice or hopper rats. Either way, it's literally a perfect meal for him. I give him 2 just to fill him up because I only feed him once a week. And because of, like, again, like I said, him being a clearbid, they do shed, or not shed, they do have a very fast metabolism. There's a little small piece of the shed, actually. You guys want to see? Little piece. Mainly he sheds, he does a whole shed. So he's taken care of, and then now we're going to go feed Mystique. And Mystique, actually, I'm going to see if she takes a hopper. I actually want to see if she'll take it. If not, I have a fuzzy right here that that's already unthawed. I'll just give it to her. But I want to upgrade her to a hopper to see if she will take it. So I'm going to just take this hopper for a second, put it under the heat lamp, and then there you go. And Mystique is actually doing really good in this enclosure. She's right here in the back. She's growing size, man. She's gone bigger, and actually she's getting a darker color, which I think she's going to shed again. But this enclosure is coming out nice. Those of you who haven't seen it, she was one of the ones I upgraded for enclosures wise in the last video. So if you guys want to go see that, just check out the last video. This, basically just heating this up for her. Yeah, this, I'll give that a second. You may be wondering why I'm putting a rodent under the lamp, and that's specifically because with boas and pythons, they have heat pits. They are heat-sinking animals, I guess you could say, or reptiles, snakes, that see through thermal heat. That's how they lock onto their food. That's what makes them an ambush predator. They'll sit there and wait for the food to come to them, and they'll lock onto that body warmth, and that's how they strike, and that's how they become accurate. So I'm warming this up to basically entice her to want to get it, to want to go after it, to want to tag it and grab it and constrict it, rather than me just laying it gently in her enclosure and just waiting to see if she'll take it. And actually, it works very, very well. So with that being said, I'm just take this, see if she'll take it. Hi, sweetheart. Oh, she seems so intrigued. Oh yeah, she takes this. There we go. Look at that. And that's a hopper, guys. That's not a fuzzy, that's a hopper. So it's gonna be bigger. It's gonna be definitely upgrade for her, where she's gonna definitely be getting a lot bigger faster now that I'm having her on these. And it's not me making her, or it's not called power, wow, I can't talk. It's not power feeding necessarily, in the fact that with power feeding, you're excessively feeding nonstop. You're excessively feeding your animals nonstop, like day after day after day after day, to where they become obese or they get really fat, but they're doing it to make their animal grow really fast or get super big, which actually obesity with animals is one of the highest ways and stressors that kills them, because they have fatty liver disease, where their fat is basically their liver's taking in too much fat that they can process and or break down. And because of that, they actually shorten their lifespan, or it can kill them. But with this, the hopper isn't going to do that to her. She's not going to get fatty liver disease. It's just going to help her grow, because she's having a bigger and more filling meal, which is going to help for growth along with those sheds as well, which is how a reptile grows. So now that she's taking that, let's set her enclosure back up and see potentially if the Crebo will eat. Honestly, I'm gonna just feed the Crebo off camera because I'm still working with him, but we're gonna be taking him out because I want to show you guys him and just show you how pretty he is, in the fact of being able to get an up close view to him. So I want to just take a moment or a minute to just kind of show you guys the Crebo, and at the same time just conversate to you guys, I guess you could say, or just talk to you for a second. So for those of you who've watched the video, the last couple of videos in that, I'm sure you know that I went to the Scales Expo, Ryan Gradney's Scales Expo, and I bought 2 animals, one of them being this beautiful Crebo, yellowtail Crebo to be exact. And for a long time, I've had him for over, today's Wednesday as I'm filming this video, so for almost 2 weeks I've had this snake. And I still haven't thought of a name for him until today. And I'm sure those of you guys who like my videos, who subscribe to me or follow me on Instagram or whatever it may be, me involving a lot of animal content, and that within that, I'm sure a lot of you guys know who Dingo Dinkelman is. For those of you who don't, Dingo Dinkelman was just, first things first, amazing person. I got the experience. Unfortunately, I didn't get to know him closely as a friend, but I was very blessed to be able to see him in person and hang out with him and be able to sit there and literally sit at a table, just like I'm doing with you guys right now, and just conversate and talk to the dude for easy, solid 15, 20 minutes. And who Dingo Dinkelman was, he was a guy who worked with a lot of venomous snakes in general, venomous and non-venomous, crocodilians, alligators, crocodiles, mainly crocodiles because he was born and raised South Africa and lived there. And he worked with a bunch of wildlife. He's an absolute legend. I'll just leave it at that, and the fact that he's done so much conservation work with helping elephants, rhinos, giraffes from getting poached, help be part of conservation groups to prevent and save so many different animals' lives from getting poached in that. And he works with a lot of different venomous snakes for conservation, for education awareness to the people who watch him, and just in general for educating conservation-wise, help breeding these snakes that are critically endangered and that. But mainly it was just to show you guys how amazing these animals are. And yes, they can be dangerous. Yes, keep your distance from them, but truly they are still such amazing and beautiful animals. And for those of you who haven't seen it, Dingo Dinkelman unfortunately did pass away a little bit over a week ago. Actually, no, I don't even think it was, because it was last Saturday. Either way, I've been losing track of time because of just how sad it is in general, but being busy and everything and not wanting to accept it. But basically, Dingo got bit by, from what I've heard, was an eastern green mamba. And the thing is that Dingo is super highly allergic to venom. Basically, even if he was, say he got bit by like Arbok, who has a rear thing venom, he's an elapid rear thing, to me it would do nothing except a little bit of irritation because I'm not allergic to it. But for him, he was so hyperactive to it, to venom in general, that he would go in anaphylactic shock. He would have to go to hospital just even getting bit by Arbok. So now imagine getting bit by an eastern green mamba, an actual true venomous, truly potent venomous snake. Unfortunately, he went into a coma for a while and ended up his heart stopped. And unfortunately, he passed away. And it was very sad to me because even though I didn't get to know the man like that, to be able to sit there and call him my friend, I was so thankful and blessed to see him in person, to be able to hang out with him, talk to him. And I've watched his videos for so long, man, that he's an idol of mine. And I absolutely love the dude. I loved his family. Not just was he amazing with what he did with animals, but he was such a people person. He was so nice. He has a family, a wife, 3 kids, 2 daughters and a son. And he was an amazing parent, absolutely awesome parent who would spend all of his time with his kids, taking them out, doing all sorts of animal, everything with animals with them. But truly, he was an amazing father figure, and the fact of just a true man, and the aspect of just everything. And because of that, and it's actually interesting because I got this snake exactly a week before he passed away. And honestly, I'm not doing it because other people that I watch have done it. I've actually thought about it the day that he passed away. I'm not doing it to look cool or any of that stuff, to get credit, none of that. I'm not doing it copying. Like, again, I literally thought about this day I saw the post that he unfortunately passed away. I am going to be, I don't care what anybody says, I don't care. I'm going to be naming this yellowtail Crebo, this little guy here, Dingo. I'm going to be naming him Dingo because not just was Dingo someone I looked up to, I've been wanting this snake for a long time. So in that kind of sense, it's very similar. While at the same time, I just, something to remember him by. Because Dingo absolutely loved vipers. Literally his favorite viper was the Gaboon viper. And he had all sorts of amazing viper species, venomous snake species, vipers that were like the kings of vipers. And Crebos, yellowtail Crebos, being native to the Amazon, the viper, the venomous snakes that these guys eat, basically kind of makes them like the king of the Amazon when it comes to snakes, and that other than, of course, like your green and yellow anacondas. And because of that, it's just something to remember him by. And it's just, that's why I'm gonna be naming this little guy here Crebo. This Crebo here, this little guy Dingo, strictly because it's something to remember him by. And he inspired me. He really did. He made a huge impact. There's maybe 5 people that I've truly, genuinely been inspired and motivated by since I was a tiny little kid. 5, the most. I can count them all in one hand. I'm not going to sit here and list it because it's not what this video is about. But I just wanted to tell you guys for a second that that's what I'm deciding on naming this little guy, because why not, man? It ain't going to hurt nobody, ain't going to harm nobody. And it's just something to remember him by. He's just such a gorgeous, pretty snake. And it's awesome. And the fact of having something to kind of just remember him by, not what happened to him, but that unfortunately did happen, and unfortunately just it happens. But other than that, I'm not going to make this a cry, sad video. So we're going to get into the next animal to feed. And I believe that is, who else am I going to feed? I forgot who I'm going to feed. I don't know. Give me a second. I think I'm brain farting because I was going to feed the Crebo on camera, but I'm going to do that off camera strictly because he's still getting used to the socializing, desensitizing. But we're going to go feed the monitors. That's what we're going to go do. We're going to be feeding Toothless, Turbo, maybe Joker if he isn't too shy. But let's get right into that. Alright, so it's been a hot minute since I've done this. But I actually took a chicken breast. I cut it up into tiny little pieces to give to the monitors because it's very lean and good in protein. I was thinking about sprinkling some calcium powder onto it, but I'm not going to bother with that for today. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. I have 2 Tupperware. So I have this that I cut the chicken. I took the cut up pieces and put into. This is going to be like my little feeding bowl. I'm going to scoop up a little bit of chicken. I'm going to see if Toothless will take this because he's due for food. Same with Turbo. And then maybe Joker will take this depending on how shy he is. So with that being said, what I'm going to do is, F it. I'm just grabbing some pieces. I'm just kind of making sure that it's broken up enough for him. For Toothless, because I genuinely don't know how he's going to react to this. There's a couple big pieces in here, which I deliberately did for like Turbo. Alright, so start with that because he is still tiny, he's still a baby. So that's basically the size of his stomach right there. That's kind of how I gauge on how much food I give him, is amount, quantity wise. Quantity given is dependent usually kind of like on the size of their belly. And then size-wise is dependent on their head. So I'm gonna kind of see. So I'm gonna take this. All right, I'm gonna have to probably use tongs because he's used to kind of like tong feeding. So, and this chicken's all like mushy and crap because it's been out a little bit. Not long enough for it to go bad or anything, but it's raw chicken. So, I mean, what is there to say about it? Nothing much to say about it. So, I'll just put this right here. Grab this, just open up this. I'm doing this with one hand holding the camera too, by the way, so forgive me if not everything is the most perfect view. It's food. It's food. Oh yeah, he likes this. Oh, he's curious. This is a big piece. Yeah, he'll be all right. If he can down that hopper I gave him, then he can down this piece of chicken. Just don't get it on the bedding, dude. You make it 10 times harder for you. Oh crap. Try to focus it. There you go. Come on. No. It's a little bit harder too because it's raw chicken, so I just thought about it. It's gonna be hard for him to kind of mush it down. You got it? He's got it. What I'm gonna make sure I do though is change his water because he dumped a lot of bedding in that. So basically with monitor lizards, I know he's gonna go straight to this water to help digest that food. So I'm gonna make sure that it's nice, fresh, clean water for him with no bedding, no nothing in it, so that it doesn't affect him when he's trying to digest or help with digesting that food. Oh my God, the stupid piece of chicken I'm trying to grab. All right. Oh, now we want to play Mr. I like you. Oh, now you like me. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Yeah. See, he's getting a lot better with this. So that's what pumps me up, is the fact that he's actually becoming a lot more confident into coming up to me for food and understanding that I am friend, not foe. So, oh my God, I hate grabbing chicken. Stupid fudging. Gotta remember I can't cuss, I'm on YouTube. Don't want to get demonetized when I'm not even at 1,000 yet. You want a piece? You want another piece? Or are you still... You checking it out like you want another piece? You digesting, huh? That's so cool. But for those of you wondering, Toothless is doing good. Come on. Is it stuck? Is that what that is? Yeah, it's a little piece that's stuck on the side of his... You see it right there. It's stuck, but that's all right. Honestly, what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna worry about giving him chicken. Honestly, I'm gonna just let him have these two pieces. I'm gonna give him worms instead, just strictly because it's a little bit harder for him right now. Plus, two, being a baby, I really don't want to sit here and, like, you know, I don't want to say kill my lizard, but I just don't want him to struggle with it to where it's stressing him out. So I'm gonna just feed the chicken off to Turbo and maybe Joker if he takes it. I'm gonna just give him some worms. So let's just move on to Turbo. We'll come back to him, I promise. But let's go feed Turbo. So honestly, with Turbo, I know I can easily get away with this. With her, I know I can do some enrichment with chasing, but right now I just kind of want to feed her, give her something in her belly. So I just kind of put about a cup, not even, just filled up the bottom with some chicken for her and just have her eat right from here, which is really good, lean, easy protein. Yes, for those of you who are wondering, yes, I do enrichment stuff with her. I do a lot of training with her. Turbo's honestly like my teacher's pet type of animal, where she's one that will do anything and everything so that she can get that piece of food. And because of that, I train her in the fact of I've had her be able to fully tripod up onto her back feet, stand fully vertically up and hold it. I've had her do that, but on my hand balancing. I've had her climb up all sorts of different things. If you go check out my Instagram, same as my YouTube, but I'm not sitting here doing it right now in the fact of promoting it or anything, but literally if you go onto my Instagram and scroll down, you'll see a bunch of videos of me doing stuff with Turbo like that. And that's just what I've always done with her. She absolutely loves it, and so it's just, I mean, why not? So she's gonna, oh yeah, that's good, huh? So she's gonna, and I do this, it's really ironic. It's actually funny because what you see me doing with her right now is the same thing I do with her when I'm giving her a hard-boiled egg, is that I'll sit there and I'll take the hard-boiled egg, I'll take the shell off, and then, because she won't break it herself, she doesn't like to, she's kind of lazy about it a little bit, but I'll take it and just remove the eggshell of it. I don't even have to break it up, just remove the eggshell, put it into a little dish, and she'll go ham on it. Oh, so aggressive about it. So yeah, so we're gonna let her enjoy that, chow down on some of that, and while she's eating that, I'm gonna give some worms and stuff to Toothless so that he's at least, you know, have a filling meal since he's been due for food for a couple days. Now that I have some worms out, I just got done rinsing off the tongs of the raw chicken. I just got him some mealworms. It's okay. Hey, look, it's food. Food, we like food. We like those. These are worms. Worms are nummy. There we go. Nom, nom, nom. And as you guys see, I literally called it right when I opened up this cage, or when I came back actually from getting worms for him in the fridge, he was already in the water. So what I'll do is I'll change that water immediately right when I get done feeding him. So he has some nice, fresh, high quality H2O. Oh, we actually gonna chase? We're gonna chase? You gonna come up? Oh, look at that. He's getting so much better with that. He's gonna go disappear somewhere in the back. So that's 2. And he's had some pieces of chicken too, so that's pretty good. But no, for those of you who are wanting to know, Toothless is doing great. He's huge update wise for him. He's doing amazing. He's loving life. Oh, no. He's absolutely enjoying it, and I'm in love with having him, man. Like, again, I don't care how many times I repeat it, I'm going to keep saying it. It is a dream come true having this little guy. And it's cool to think about in the way that these lizards live for a pretty long time. I have to look up the age expectancy on these guys because I genuinely don't know. But it's pretty long due to the fact of because of how big they get. And of course, if they're healthy, they'll live just as long or even longer. Oh, those are tongues, okay. And what's pretty about him too is that, like, yes, he is a black dragon and he's all like solid black, but I don't know if it's because of him being just a baby right now, or he has a mix of something else. But if you do look, like, around his head, he has some, like, really pretty, like, almost like pinkish spots around his head. And of course, from the last video when I had to catch him and I flipped and I flipped him a little bit to where you could see his belly, it has like almost whitish pink dots on it. So I'm wondering if that's just him being a baby. I don't know. It could be him being just such a young age that they always have that and they kind of disappear or become more solid black as he gets older and bigger, or if it has something to do with his morph or something. Nope, those are the tongs. Good boy. So I'll give him a couple more of those, but I'll just do it off camera so this video isn't too long. But now that he's fed, I'm gonna go see if Joker, my juvenile Savannah monitor, will take any. Well, guys, I hate being the person that does this, bro, because it makes me feel like a jerk, only in the fact because you guys don't get to see what I keep promising or saying to see. But your boy went to go to proceed to feed Joker, right? Go in his enclosure. His enclosure separated into my bedroom just because of arrangements wise and the fact of just space. I swear to God, I went to hit record. I swear I pressed that red button, that freaking red button, the red button right on the camera. I thought I pressed it. Apparently I didn't, but I swear I did. And I proceeded to feed Joker. Joker, for those of you who do want to know an update, I will show Joker in the next video. But Joker annihilated that chicken. The bro showed no mercy. He disemboweled it. If it had limbs, he would have delimbed it. Bro showed no mercy to that chicken. He loved it. He's doing good. He's like, shoot, this long now, I want to say. About this long. He's getting big. They grow slow and fast at the same time, if that makes sense. When they go into shed with Savannah monitors, those of you who don't know, Joker's my juvenile baby. I'm calling him a baby. He's still tiny. Baby Savannah monitor. And when they're babies, of course, they're going to shed a lot because they're just like us as kids. We are going to grow a lot. We're going to get tall, get wider, all of that. Same with reptiles, but through shedding. Thing is that, like, it's really interesting with Savannah monitors because when they start to shed, it's like it'll be slow little like increments where they'll shed like piece of their body out at a time. So it seems like they're growing slow, but once they're done completely out of that shed cycle, they look so much bigger. Like they actually like grow fast. I swear to God, they do. But he's doing awesome. For those of you who want to know, he's doing awesome. He's healthy. I want to say he's a male, honestly, because with Savannah monitors, those who don't know, they are sexually dimorphic. And I actually learned this from a friend who has like 4 of them, and is actually in the midst of breeding them. But they are sexually dimorphic, where the males are actually a lot more of a light, brighter pattern, where those gray spots and the patterns on their back are going to be a lot brighter, a lot more defined, a lot more kind of just overall visual compared to the females being a lot more dull, kind of faded away a little bit. So with him, he's super bright. I'm talking popping bright colors. I get it, he's still a baby, but he's bright colors. His pattern is immaculate, and the fact that it's super pretty. He hasn't even lost his pattern at all. He hasn't had any, doesn't seem like his pattern's starting to fade or anything since I've had him, since I've even seen him at the reptile store that I got him from. So with that though, I swear to God, I thought I hit that button to record, but apparently I didn't. So guys, this is the rest of the video. I thank you guys, of course, like always, for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like, comment down below what your guys' thoughts are on the reptile room, how it's coming along. I'm really doing my best on what I can with what I'm given. Really, like, again, granted, yes, some of them are in some basic setups. Some of the snakes, like the ball pythons, Shinji, Ivory, promise you they're going to get upgraded. Promise you this is not, I'm not someone who's going to leave them like that for a long term. It won't. It's not permanent either. Definitely not over my dead body. I'm not leaving them in that enclosure permanently. But with that being said, I thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to go check out more content, other stuff, if you guys want to go see the training I do with Turbo and the things I've done with Turbo for her exercise, for muscle development for her, go hit up my Instagram. Same as my YouTube, Nile Ninja. You get to see all sorts of cool stuff. I'm going to be trying to be consistent on posting on that. Really, I've been just grinding and focusing on YouTube, building that up. I appreciate you guys. We're at 332 subscribers. That's amazing. My birthday's in April, mid to late April, and I want to see if I can push to 1,000. I know it's very optimistic, a very high standard, high goal, but I want to see if we can push to 1,000 subscribers. I really do. I really want to. I'd love to be able to do that, to start doing more for you guys, to just start doing cool stuff. And I say that in the fact of not like I can't do it right now. But funding wise, it's a little bit harder right now, tricky, because your boy's also trying to take on a mentorship with exotic reptiles, like crocodiles, alligators again, and that. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. Just leaving it up to God right now, and the fact of just time and patience. But I thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. God bless you guys. I love you. I thank you for your support. Without you, I probably wouldn't have any motivation to keep going, because sometimes it's just like that. Sometimes life is slow, and sometimes it makes you want to quit. But I thank you guys for giving me a reason to keep going, keep pushing. Never, ever, talking to y'all, never, ever, any of you quit on your dreams, on your goals. Do what you love, even if you die doing it. At least it was something that you love to do. And honestly, you could say it was something that you feel like you didn't waste time on. So with that being said, guys, I thank you for watching my video. If you made it this far, can't wait for the next video to drop. It's going to be cool. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next one.